Yo. So I'm gonna jump into this real quick. Just some quick thoughts. I was just checking out Junior the Truth video. Shout out to the LDBC. I'm not affiliated. I just listen to their shows and listen to their boxing. They got me back into liking boxing again. Shout out for 9 to Dine, 78 Sports, Black Fight Fan, Blue Blood Ticket, Cali, everybody in LDBC and anybody affiliated. And I'm going back and looking at some of the people that the big talk right now, Errol Spence and Bud Crawford, and Black Fight Fan puts it in probably the best way possible. It's like watching your favorite dog get hit by a truck, and your favorite dog is Terrence Crawford, and that truck is going to be Errol Spence if they fight. But since nobody's calling anybody out, who knows when the fight's going to happen. I would hope it would happen early 2019, but it might not happen until like 2020, which it is what it is. But looking at this, looking at the Jeff Horn fight, looking at the Jose Benavidez fight. Jeff Horn probably shouldn't have beat Manny Pacquiao, old Manny Pacquiao. So, Bud going up there beating Jeff Horn, it's like skill-wise, he wasn't on his level. He wasn't on Bud's level, period. But if Errol Spence fights Jeff Horn, that fight doesn't last as long as it does. I think Bud got him out of there like the 9th round. Then you jump into the Jose Benavidez Jr. fight. 12 rounds of a guy that was just trying to counter the whole time, standing in the pocket, not being super active. You know what I'm saying? He was there to get hit. His body was there to get hit. He had a big frame compared to Bud. Bud outskilled him, but then realizing that Benavidez was like ranked 14th, so you put the 14th ranked guy and against the arguably the pound for pound number one, the number one guy should blow him out. He should. But he didn't. There were some even rounds for them. And I think the size was the biggest thing. Now, Bud, I think, has fought people bigger than him. He fought Postal, who was bigger than him. I don't think Felix Diaz was bigger than him. Ndungo, I think, was bigger than him. But Ndungo wasn't that good. Ndungo had one punch, and that thing was just terrible. Who else did he fight that I think was bigger than him? I can't think of everybody else on top of my head. But then I started thinking about the people that Errol Spence has fought. And I want to say Ticket was bringing this up. And it's not like, it takes a rocket scientist to see these things. It's just that's what I was listening to, and that's what it made it, more recently pop into my head. There's no way that Bud Crawford beats Kell Brook. I don't see it. I don't see him going the distance with Kell Brook. I see Bud Crawford having issues with Chris Algieri. There's no way that Bud Crawford beats Lamont Peterson. Like, I don't see him beating Lamont Peterson. And to even like, I don't know if there's a time that Lamont Peterson beats Errol Spence. Maybe 3 or 4 years ago, maybe. Because Lamont Peterson is not a slouch. By no stretch of the imagination, I think he would give anybody at 147 a run. Anybody at 147 a run. And I think he beats Bud Crawford. You know what I'm saying? And if Bud, I don't see Bud winning that fight. Bud doesn't beat Lamont Peterson. He does. I don't think he beats Chris Algieri. I think Chris Algieri beats him. And Chris Algieri might be the easiest fight, but he still loses. The easier fight, but I think Bud still loses. And that's not a disrespect to Bud. Bud is an awesome fighter, yo. He can fight. He can fight. Don't get it twisted. But like Fanon say, he like to get in there and mix it up. These people are much bigger than him, man. Much bigger than him. They're way more solid at the weight. You know what I'm saying? They're way more solid at the weight. And if these guys decide to step on the gas and put that pressure on Bud and hit Bud with some body shots, I think Bud breaks. You know what I'm saying? When the bow breaks. That's just what I think, man. And like I said, it's nothing against Bud Crawford. I'm a Bud Crawford fan, man. I like Bud. I do. Bud won me over when I watched him outbox and outthink I might say Ugas, that's not the name. What's my guy's name? Yorkis Gamboa. Because I felt like Yorkis was going to beat him. The first 3 to 4 rounds, I was like, Yorkis about to get this boy out of here. Then Bud switched to Southpaw, and I don't know what the hell happened to Yorkis after that, but Bud started piecing his ass up, and I was like, yo, this don't look good for Gamboa. And then, as we seen after that, Gamboa was pretty much shot after that. Too much time off, I think. He had way too much time off. You know what I'm saying? I think he was like, was he signed to 50 Cent? He might have been. I think he was. But from that, because that's the first time I seen Bud. But from that point on, I was like, yo, Bud is a good fighter. He is. He unified 140. There were probably some fights he could have made at 140, other fights, but he unified. Something that somebody hasn't done in boxing in a long time. I think I forget who. It might have been Bernard Hopkins was the last time it happened, or Jermaine Taylor. I can't remember. So and nobody even wants to do that in the weight division right now, it seems. You know what I'm saying? Doesn't want to be done in the heavyweight division. It doesn't want to be happening at 147. I don't know what's going on at 140 right now. To be honest, on the top of my head, I don't know what's going on at 140. But you can't deny the fact that he's unified. That he unified, the whole division. He was the 140 champion. Granted, he didn't defend it. Maybe he just didn't want to stick around that weight too much longer. Because the money and the real fights and the money are at in 147. That's the division. But he doesn't beat Errol Spence. I don't see him being able to double jab his way and triple jab his way and stand in that pocket and fight for position, you know what I'm saying, and jab his way into position against Errol. It's not going to happen, man. Errol is, no. We're talking about Errol beat a guy in Kell Brook. Granted, if Kell Brook didn't fight Triple G, Kell Brook is probably a much. I'm trying to figure out how I'm trying to say this. Kell Brook lost some like if you had like a power meter and like how you can go back up your energy meter, power meter could go back up to full. Kell Brook fighting Triple G, his power meter won't go back all the way up to 100 no more. You know what I'm saying? Like Triple G took some fights out of him. It's a tough fight, man. I think he fought him at 154. I think he fought him at he had to fight him at 160, if I'm not mistaken. So he jumped, if I'm not mistaken, he had to jump 2 weight classes and fought that guy. That's how big he is. Bud can't be at 150. 154, 160. Bud can't get up there. You know what I'm saying? And Kell Brook beat he beat Sean Porter. You know what I'm saying? Like, did he beat Sean Porter? Yeah, he beat Sean Porter. So it's not, and I think Sean Porter beats Bud. I think he too big. Sean Porter too big. He's too big. And Errol Spence is just too big, too strong, too fast, too young. Just every box is checked. Every box is checked. You know what I'm saying? And Earl is dusting motherfuckers. Dusting them. You know what I'm saying? He's in there fighting against the Charlo boys, man. I don't know if he's fighting both. I know he's fighting don't ask me the name. I don't remember which one is which, but I think he's fighting the 154 pounder. And giving him work, I hear. And giving him work. You know what I'm saying? And giving him work. And I just don't see it, man. I don't. And they was talking all this, about the light heavyweight dude that's under in Bomac and them camp. I forget the dude's name. But him and Bud supposed to be hanging out real tough, and they supposed to help box each other and da-da-da-da. That guy don't look like, he's 30, he's late to the boxing game. Not saying he looked good, he a good fighter, you know, cool. Like I said, I forget his name. He had a good fight against Rojas, I think, was who he was fighting. But I'm like, he don't look that spectacular at his weight. You know what I'm saying? He don't look super great. He don't even look super great at his own weight. So, it's like, and he's supposed to be like a sparring partner for Bud and yada, yada, yada. No. I think because they say he can make 168. No. It's just no. It's not Earl would hurt. It's going to hurt Bud. Earl's going to hurt a lot of people. There's a reason that these active fighters at 147 with belts don't want to fight Errol Spence. It's a big reason. It's a big reason. You know what I'm saying? They don't want smoke. That's why what's that boy's name? Oh no, he supposed to fight Charlo. Never mind. I'm about to bring up Canelo and them, but they supposed to fight the Charlos or one of the Charlos, which they're not fighting them boys either, man. Them Texas boys is not playing with y'all. How Dallas beat who the hell they played? The Jags, I think, last 40-7 yesterday. That's what it's going to look like. It's going to look like a blowout. If they get in there with them boys, man, it's not a gang with them. They with it, man, and I would love to see it. I would like to see Daniel Jacobs versus one of the Charlos versus Charlo at 160. That'd be the fight. Or the one would he fight the one at 154? I don't know which one he would fight. But yeah, man, Bud not beating Earl, man, and it's definitely not a slight to Earl, man, to Bud, man. Bud is a fighter, man. Bud can fight. You know what I mean? I'm a Bud fan, but I know what that looks like, man. That's like one of them old school cars, man, with made of steel running into your bicycle, man. It's not It's not happening, man. But let me get out of here, man, on my way to work. Ali Boso, Westside loves you, man. I'm signing off.